Lovely people, welcome back to another Writing Tip Tuesday. I'm Sammy and I'm a writer who likes to help other writers become better writers. This week, as we are nearing the end of the year, I'm going to jump into some mindset space work. And I'm not going to tell you that what I'm about to do is going to help you, because everybody's different and maybe your year went drastically different from mine. This is going to be a practice in accepting who I am and acknowledging the real experiences that actually happen in life. The new year has been a really motivational time for me in my adulthood. I think I really thrive in the concept of like a new opportunity. So when I was in school, a new school year when things didn't change at a semester, and then in college when a new semester rolled around, I really enjoyed setting expectations for myself and seeing if I could better myself in the new potential of space. I like the idea of having a new start, a place to just become something different without like having the bearing of, well, I didn't do that last week, so why would I do it this week? I can't, there's no real reason for me to change. Where when the year changes, there is an outside expectation that things are going to be different, even though most of the time they are not. I have a very high tendency to expect a lot out of myself and not factor in how hard life is. Just like the general things. When I make plans and set goals for myself, sometimes I forget things that just need to happen. For example, if I were to have a busy week, let's say like hypothetical finals week or studying for finals, the week before finals, whatever it is, that I need to do a whole bunch of things, I would like hour by hour block out my time and stick to that, but I would forget that I needed to eat and I needed time to make things to eat. That's not how life works. And then I'm beating myself up because I'm hungry. I need to make food and now I'm off schedule. I do that on a yearly basis for like every goal that I've ever set. So in acknowledging who I am and what I've been doing for years to myself and bullying myself for my lack of productivity or whatever nonsense, toxic situation that I've been in, I am taking this time to do a check-in with how this year went, why it probably went that way, and making acknowledgements to help me make more reasonable goals in the future. Because I'm not going to stop setting goals. That's a big part of where I am right now is that I do believe in myself that I can do these goals, but I set too hard of barriers on them. And maybe there are some other writers out there that have similar issues or mindset spaces that they haven't yet had a chance to identify, and maybe some of this will resonate with you. And that's pretty much why I'm making this video, is for the handful of other people that may have a similar experience. So let's dive into what my writing goals were for the year 2022. I wanted to read one book about writing, either like techniques, structures, a memoir by a writer about writing, something on writing every month. I ended up reading 3.5 and another half, which is not 12. That's fine. That happened. I wanted to write the first draft of a book. I wanted to participate in either Nano or Camp Nano. Neither of those happened. Honestly, I only came slightly close to one of my goals, and it was just that I started off the year strong trying to read books on writing. I did do a pretty good job at the start of the year. And then there was one book that I kept just not really getting into, so I tried to force myself into it over 2 or 3 months, and that didn't work. So I ended up giving up on that one. I read another book. I read the third book. That one was really good. And then that last half book, it was a book that I was really excited about reading, and I was not at the stage of writing that it really resonated with me, so I'm gonna go back to it when I'm at that stage of writing because I think it will be really helpful, just not yet. So what happened in the year 2022 so far? I moved to another state. I am now in the 4th state that I have ever lived in, so that's a really big change. My dog got sick multiple times with the same situation, and vets didn't know what to do about it, so we had to pay a lot of money to take care of him multiple times. It hasn't come back, which I'm hoping it won't, and we figured it out on the last trip to the vet, but that was a huge financial and emotional strain, and it happened multiple times. I got a new additional job, which is just a part-time job that I have added to my copywriting business, and I make YouTube videos for you all, so I spread myself pretty thin. Just like a lot of transitions, a lot of changes happening to what I'm doing with my time and how my time was going. And I did not prioritize nourishing my creativity or protecting my mental health, which those two things are really, really important for me if I wanted to have writing be a major part of my year. I am very happy that I found the motivation and the energy to start working on my play again. I'm getting a lot of joy out of that, and even though I set some really unrealistic goals for that as well, I am taking the time to readjust those goals as well and just have a good time working on it. All of those things that happened in 2022 are not excuses for me not working towards my goals. They are things that I am acknowledging that happened. Yes, I had high hopes for myself and I created steps to try and achieve those goals, but I did not stick to them as consistently as I would have needed to achieve the goals. That comes from a lack of anticipation of general hardships that I went through and being tired, just like mentally or physically tired, and life being what life is when you're an adult and you pay all of your own bills and you take care of all of your own responsibilities. There's a lot of things that happen. You don't really think about it, but there's a lot of time that you spend just doing things to keep your life in order. Like loading the dishwasher, unloading the dishwasher, cleaning the bathroom, going grocery shopping, cooking. There's a lot of time that you spend just providing for yourself when you're an adult. And the more of an adult that you get, it seems like the more of those little things there are to take care of. And I'm still getting my feet wet in the whole adult thing, but I didn't compensate for those. I didn't put them on the schedule. I didn't block out time to eat. That's part of how my goal setting strategy has been set up from the beginning for me to fail. I'm taking these things, I'm acknowledging them and putting them into consideration for when I set goals for next year. So this is me taking a moment to look at myself honestly and kindly and forgive myself from this year for not achieving the goals that I set in 2021 for myself. And I'm also going to forgive myself from 2021 for not taking into consideration how much life my 2022 self would have to do outside of these goals. And I'm also going to send myself some excitement for the future, for what I can do, for what I'm capable of doing when I set realistic goals and acknowledge all of the potential that the future holds when I take into account what really happens. That is all that I've got for you today. Next week, I will be setting goals and talking about my strategy for setting goals because obviously it wasn't working before, so I'm trying something completely different. And I will be planning for the general torment that being an adult provides while I set those goals. So if you are interested in my new strategy, instead of just saying like, I'm gonna do this all year, hit that subscribe button and turn on that notification bell. I will see you next Tuesday for that one. I will also be back on Saturday for another story study. If you enjoyed this video or got anything out of it, please hit the like button. It'll really help me out and help this video maybe find other people who may resonate with it. Let me know in the comments a goal that you're proud of yourself for achieving and a goal that you maybe didn't hit quite right this year. I'm excited to hear about what you have to say. So I will see you guys on Saturday for a story study and then back again on Tuesday for goal setting.